All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the 303 podcast. It's your boy Loki 303 back at y'all with another banger. Today, first episode in about a month, but it still is February, so I want to talk about something near and dear to me, heartbreak, and how to get over heartbreak and just how to deal with it. So I'll just talk about this quickly, and as always, I won't keep you too long on this podcast. So first of all, heartbreak can happen from a person or from a situation. Let's just get that out of the way first, is that heartbreak is not always about other people. Sometimes you really want something to go your way in life, like you want this sport to work out, this job to work out, this school to work out, and it doesn't work out. And so that can be a form of heartbreak. It can come from situations. It's not always people. Okay, so with that being said, these are 3 tips for how to get over heartbreak. This is all off the top of my head, just like my music. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, so let's just get right into it. Okay, tip number 1. Accept that you cannot control everything. In fact, you don't control most things that happen to you. In fact, you control a very small percentage of the things that happen to you. You pretty much only control some of the decisions you make and how you react to the things that happen to you. So if school rejects you, if somebody walks away from you, somebody turns you away, people are doubting you, not giving you the support you need, situation falls apart, you can't control that. Think about how many factors go into something falling apart other than your own doing. It's probably a lot of other shit going on behind the scenes that you have no control over. So that's the first thing. Accept that in life, you don't have control over a lot of things. We are mostly just here for the ride. Think about even your own thoughts. They just appear in your head. You can choose what thoughts to listen to, what thoughts to pay attention to. But consciousness is just a constant stream of things that happens instantaneously that you have no control over, that is a result of your environment and your conditioning. So even your own thoughts, you have no control over. So if you can't even control your own mind, how would you ever expect to control things that happen in the physical world? All right, so rule number 1, don't even worry about, don't even try to control things and accept that you don't have control over a lot of things. Okay, rule number 2, it doesn't get better by thinking about the problem. You think about the problem, you're only going to magnify it, right? You keep thinking about problems, the universe works like a mirror. If you keep thinking about problems, the universe is going to say, oh, this guy's always thinking about problems. He probably wants more problems. And boom, you're going to get more problems. You ever heard the expression, when it rains, it pours? That's why. The universe is a mirror. This is why the rich get richer. This is why happy-go-lucky people seem to always have it easy. Not to say that bad things don't ever happen to rich people or happy-go-lucky people, but it happens to them way less because they are reflecting to the world what they want to happen. Last but not least, rule number 3 for getting over heartbreak, and this specifically pertains to people. And I will tell you this as a rapper, as an influencer. No, I'm just playing. Just as a person in general, I've been through it. I've been through the trenches with these women, and I can tell you this: there's always another one out there. There's always, and I know that it's cliche, plenty of fish in the sea. Trust me, there's always another one out there. 90% of the time, people are clinging on to relationships that don't even benefit them. It's just all they know. They don't want to feel lonely. They're afraid to be alone. They're afraid to explore things on their own, afraid to go home to their parents and tell them that they don't have a girlfriend anymore, afraid to tell their friends that they're bitchless or hoeless, whatever, right? It all stems from that fact. But trust me, 1, there's plenty of hoes in the sea, and 2, there are much better things that you can focus your time on than relationships. Not saying that relationships aren't important, just saying it is not the end-all be-all that romanticism has hyped it up to be. So don't even worry about it. Trust me, fam. That's not your soulmate. If they were your soulmate, they'd still be with you. They're out of your life for a reason. Get the fuck over it. All right. So what was the lesson today, right? Point number 1, accept that you don't control everything. You don't control a lot of the things that happen to you. All right. Point number 2, I cannot remember it. I have stopped this podcast several times to try to remember it, but I cannot Remember it. I can't remember point number 2. See, I can't even control the fact that I don't remember point number 2. But let me keep talking until it comes back to me. So point number 2, I was talking to, oh yeah, don't think about the problem too much. Don't think about the problem too much. So point number 1 is accept that you don't control a lot of the things that happen to you. Point number 2 is once a problem does happen, don't keep thinking about it. And point number 3, there's always something better out there. So with all that being said, those are 3 tips to get over heartbreak. It's your boy Loki303 signing off.